Fresh plans on promoting inclusive employment aim to place an additional 4,500 persons with disabilities with jobs by 2030. A multi-agency task force led by the Social and Family Development Ministry says the plans will push employment rate of PWDs closer to the 40% target by that year. The current employment rate of PWDs in Singapore stands at almost 33%. To help companies start inclusive hiring, SG Enable will identify and develop industry leaders with strong inclusive hiring records to share best practices and guide others in their sector. Emerging industries, including Infocom, health and social services, and transport and storage, have been identified for their growth potential. There will also be more funding for companies to adopt inclusive hiring practices, and this includes funds to train employers to learn more about disability etiquette and integration. The target is to have 10,000 inclusive employers by 2030. That's up from the current pool of 7,000.
To empower persons with disabilities to work, live, and to participate in the community, SG Enable has developed an enabling skills and competencies framework. This framework aims to provide a common skills language to support skills development, its application in the workplace and community, and guide the provision of training programs.
To ease unemployed PWDs into the workforce, there will also be more gig jobs for them, such as packing assistants, tour guides or performers. The aim is to place 200 PWDs in gig jobs every year by 2026. The task force also drew up guidelines to develop and train job coaches for people with disabilities. Set to be launched at the year's end, it will spell out the skills, competencies and career pathways for them.
To implement these recommendations, the government will be working closely with our partners and stakeholders. Together, we can enable persons with disabilities to pursue their aspirations and to participate in society as integral and contributing members.
And to complement the measures on promoting inclusive employment, a common skills language to get PWDs ready for the workforce has also been launched. The framework by SG Enable sets out the key skills and competencies they will need to get jobs. It also provides guidelines for employers on inclusive hiring and training programs. For many, a job offers a livelihood and a sense of belonging. It's not any different for this 25-year-old.
I enjoy my work because my colleague is very kind to me, very positive, and very inclusive as well.
He is an employee of Mushroom Buddies, a farm that hires around 6 persons with disabilities. Ellen's mother says he is fortunate to get a job at a company as inclusive as this one, and she hopes the skills framework will encourage more firms to follow suit.
He learns new skills and a lot of things. For example, even he does some data entry for Mushroom Buddies, and he takes it very seriously as well. So much so that he wants to improve his computer skills and learn more about Excel, things like that. This is very important in the sense to empower him and also to show that people with disabilities can work with appropriate support from the community.
PWDs are not the only ones gaining from this. For labor-intensive sectors, employers get access to a pool of previously untapped talent. This cleaning service company started hiring PWDs during the pandemic, while it was struggling to fill gaps at its work sites. The firm is also one of the early adopters of the skills framework, where it learned to tailor job scopes and redesign workflows to accommodate more PWDs.
All we need to do is to craft it in such a way that whatever that person is capable of, we let them do it. Because in such a way they gain independence. They would have the mood to be motivated, and they are able to contribute one way or the other towards themselves or the company.
But inclusive hiring is not without its challenges. Easing the transition are job coaches.
As a job coach, we have to understand the needs of the employer and employees so that we can bridge the gap. And our job does not just end there. We also try to help with the communication and also build a better, stronger relationship between the employer and employee so that they can work for a better working environment.
The Social and Family Development Ministry is aiming to increase the pool of job coaches to serve around 4,500 more PWDs.